Previously on Tomb Raider: The Last Revelation. Behold! I'm there. And with that, the adventure continues. Welcome back everyone to the Tomb Raider Marathon. I am Jonathan Wolf, and today we're continuing on with Tomb Raider 4: The Last Revelation. Today we're going to be moving on to the final portion of the first chapter of the game, which is the Valley of the Kings. Which is fitting because that is actually the area we're at in terms of geographical location in Egypt. Because yeah, this first chapter is called Valley of the Kings. So yeah, with that said, let's get started. Okay, so you may notice we have that cutscene with Benny just walking around, and basically as soon as you get into the sand, what's going to happen is we're going to spawn some assassins. And we're going to spawn, I want to say, a total of 7 assassins. Now, what I'm going to do is, as soon as I move on, I'm going to go to the right, and I'm going to make a beeline for this cave area, because this will give us access, this will give us an easy way to kill these guys, no problem. But what it's also going to do is, however, another thing that is going to be important is that there's going to be a guy that's going to spawn in this covey area. So yeah, we're just going to count to 7. So there we got 2. And yeah, basically we just want to be patient, because they will come, but they will come slowly. So yeah, here we got 3. I believe it would kill the 4th one. The 5th guy's going to spawn right here. Yeah, as you can see, he just popped in. And as soon as we kill him, we're going to get a cutscene of Benny. And as we have this cutscene, there's going to be a guy making a way towards us. And he's probably shooting at me already. Yeah, he's shooting at me. You can actually hear it. However, the good thing is that, yeah, he's not... You don't take damage in the cutscene, so that's awesome. Alright, and that is number 6, which means that there's one more guy remaining. And yeah, that's actually another reason as to why I decided to come over here, because by coming through here, we're actually going to have an easier time. We're actually not going to take a lot of damage, which is awesome. And there we go. And that is every single enemy in the starting area. Now, yeah, as you can see right here, Lara will actually, when it comes to, another thing that they changed for this game is that when it comes to picking up items, Lara will, oh wait, so we got 60, and now we got 90. Okay, so it is confirmed. So, Tomb Raider 1, we get 100. Tomb Raider 2, we get 80. Tomb Raider 3, we get 60. Tomb Raider 4 gives us 30 bullets. That is disgusting. Good lord. But yeah, that's actually one change that they also did for Tomb Raider 4, is that when you pick up items that are stacked on top of each other, Lara will pick one item at a time. So yeah, as you can see, we have to keep holding action so we can actually grab the items, which were some Uzi clips and some small med packs. Now, the guy that spawned in this covey area, which is the 5th guy we killed, he drops the ignition key, which is this thing right here. And this ignition key is what is the key that we need to use that Jeep that is over there. So yeah, basically the objective of this level is we have to chase Benny to the end basically. Now, in this large area, there are some Uzi clips, which is right here. And that is all the items in this large area. Now, before we continue and chase down Benny, there are 2 secrets we can claim. So the first secret is right over here next to this covey area that we were at. And then we basically want to get to the top of the starting point, which is right over here. And over here we can claim the first secret of the level, which has a lot of ammunition. We have 2 pickups of shotgun, a small med pack, and some Uzi clips. And that is pretty cool. All right. So now, and to get down, we just want to slide off from the green things. And there we go. And then what you want to do is, from the starting point, you want to go into this left covey area. Because in here we can get the second secret, which has, I want to say 3 pickups of shotgun. Yes, 3 pickups of shotgun ammo. And yes, even though we get the shotgun itself, that actually counts as shotgun shells if we got the, if we already have the shotgun. Alright, and that is basically all the items in this starting point. So now we just have to go to the Jeep, and then we use the ignition key. And we got a very awesome music and a grenade to the face. How rude of you, Benny. Okay, so here we have this Jeep. And I'm going to go ahead and say this right now. I fucking hate the vehicles in this game. I hate them. I despise them. Now, granted, you only use 2 vehicles in Tomb Raider 4. But both vehicles are incredibly annoying to control because, okay, so right here we got this Jeep. And as you can see in the bottom right corner, we have the D for drive. Now, you may think, okay, so how do I reverse? Is there a way to reverse? Well, first off, I guess I should mention this real quick, but by pressing action, you can actually drive. And by pressing the jump button or square, you will actually brake. Now, if you want to, now you may be thinking, okay, so how do I reverse? Is there a way to reverse? Yes, there's a way. By pressing run, which is R2, you will set the Jeep on reverse. And to switch it back to drive, you want to press the walk button, which is R1. Right? Yeah, you want to press the walk button. Also, what the hell was that cat meowing? Oh, it's probably one of them. It's probably the neighbor's cat. Now, my biggest problem about this, about switching the modes, is that you have to be completely still. So. Oh, they're actually expelling a cat. That's pretty funny. I can hear the shower being turned on. But yeah, one thing that is very annoying is that you cannot switch to reverse unless the Jeep is completely still. And this is going to be very annoying, especially on the next level, because you have to do some quick switching to kill some enemies faster. But yeah, that's basically the general controls for the Jeep. Now, another thing that I'm going to mention this real quick is never hold the action button, because yeah, similar to the quad bike from... Oh, God. Similar to the quad bike from... Oh, my God. So many explosions. Similar to the quad bike from Tomb Raider 3, if this thing goes near an edge, it's going to just die. And... Well, it sucks to be him. Yeah, that's actually another thing that can happen, is that Benny will actually kill his own guys, which is really funny. But yeah, basically we just want to follow Benny all the way to the end. And what's funny is that you can actually get ahead of him. However, yeah, there's really no benefit to it. Also, he's stuck. Also, he's kind of stuck. Actually, I want to...
No.
Yes, Laura.
No.
Yes, Laura. Oh my God, get in the car, Laura.
No.
Lara Croft, get in the car. Thank you. But yeah, I want to make sure... I want to make Benny go forward a bit. You okay there, Benny? He's stuck. Okay, I guess we're gonna win the race. But yeah, basically, I don't want him to be there because he's gonna drop... Actually, no, I'm gonna be fine. What the heck am I saying? Okay. So, yeah, I'm gonna drop off because back here, we can get a secret. So yeah, let's go ahead and drop down here. And teleport to the other side. Okay, that was definitely a thing.
Uh-huh.
All right. And then what I'm going to do is we're going to go over here to the right. And here we got a crawl space. Now, remember, in the original release of Tomb Raider 4, you cannot get into a crawl space while in this position. If you want to get up, what you want to do is you want to let it go and grab the ledge immediately, and then just do the prompt to crouch, which in this game is pressing forward and crouch at the same time. So you gotta remember that's actually a thing in this game. All right, and in the secret, the items are on the back of this little covey area. But in the secret, we have a small med pack and a new type of ammunition. We have grenade gun super ammo. So yeah, we have super ammo for the grenade launcher, which is awesome. However, we're not going to get the grenade launcher, at least for a while. So yeah, sadly, we're going to... That ammo is going to stick with us in our inventory. And yeah, that's actually another thing. Because there's a lot of ammunition you can actually have for other guns, the inventory will get polluted with the ammo very quickly, which, especially you know, if you're trying to find a specific weapon or use a specific item, it can get pretty annoying. However, as of right now, it's not that bad, but oh boy, just you wait until we get to the second half of the game, because that can get it can get pretty ridiculous. All right, so let's use the ignition key and let's move on. And by the way, I guess I forgot to mention, but to get out, you just press the circle button. All right, now if Benny is over here, yeah, I'm gonna make him go because he sometimes likes to blow up another one of his minions. Yeah, there we go. All right. And then what you want to do is not follow him. Instead, we want to go over here. Because yeah, he went the short way, but no, we go the long way. So yeah, let's go over here. There's gonna be another assassin, but we can just run him over. And with that, we are done with Valley of the Kings. And now we're going to move on to the last level of the section, which is KV5. And yeah, this video is going to be a bit much shorter than the last one. So yeah, that's actually another thing I got to keep in mind. That's, you know, trying to manage the time, I guess. But then again, the first levels were a bit introductory, so I guess there's that. All right, so here we go. The next level, which is KV5. And in this starting area, we have some wide shot shotgun shells and a large med pack. Now, I'm gonna check my notes real quick, because I want to verify real quick. So we should have. Yes, we should. So yes, before we get to KV5, you should have 21 secrets. Which is awesome. We are good on track. Or we are good on secrets, I guess. Okay, so now we're gonna reverse a bit, and then we're gonna go up here. And now we have to essentially follow Benny, even though we lost track of him. So yeah, we have to maneuver these sand dunes. And right here we got the annoying thing about going into reverse, because yeah, we have to basically hit these support beam so we can actually drop this guy, but then we have to reverse so we can run him over and kill him properly. So yeah, and now we got to do it again. So as you can see, we go over here, make sure you knock everything, switch to reverse. Lara, what are you doing? And there we go. So now we can just get out of the Jeep and explore this area. So one thing you can do is you can actually race Benny to the end of the level. And if you manage to get before him, if you manage to get in front of him, this gate would be open. However, because he went along, yeah, the gate is shut. Now, before we go and open that gate, we're gonna go back here, because here we can get a secret. which contains a large med pack. Awesome. All right, and that is not the only secret. There's actually a secret in this area as well. How's my weapon going? Okay. Now, you may also notice that when we actually go through a loading screen, we actually get our health back. And yeah, that's actually a good thing because, you know, it will actually make it so that it would be easy to not use a med pack. Although there is actually something that I want to mention when we eventually get to the second half of the game, which is gonna be more obvious, or it's gonna be more exploitable when we get to it. Okay, so we just got a large med pack, and we just climb up here on the right side to get some shotgun shells. And this way will actually allow us to open the gate. Now, as soon as we get over here, we're going to spawn a guy that is going to try to nudge us. And where he came from, we can get the next secret, which is secret number 2 of this level. And yeah, this secret has a large and small med pack. So let's grab them both. And let's continue on. So yeah, now we gotta get to the top of this area. Okay, so let's go over here. And yippee, another rope. But to my right, there is a large med pack. Now, thankfully, these ropes haven't been that bad thus far, but oh boy, trust me when I say this, but the worst is yet to come. The worst is yet to come, folks. Okay, so now let's swing to the other side. And let's go ahead and jump and grab this new type of lever. Yeah, we got these levers that we can actually jump and grab and pull, which is pretty awesome, which was another thing that was not mentioned in the freaking tutorial. So yeah, what the heck, Von Croy? What is wrong with you? All right, and we open the gate. Now, before we continue, we're gonna go up here to the first alcove on the left to get a large med pack. And then we want to go to the right, and I want to say on the second alcove, or maybe it's the first one again, I don't know. No, in the second alcove, we have some Uzi clips. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to trigger a boulder. Because I always forget where it spawns. Okay, here it comes. So let's see. Which side? Okay, so it's the right side. And yeah, as you can see, we got these spiky balls, which is pretty awesome. And yeah, these spiky balls can cause a lot of death. And yeah, the reason I wanted to spawn that one is because we have to avoid 3 of them. And the first one will appear, and yeah, basically we have one on the left, one on the right, one on the left, and then we're gonna have a third one on the right, which is awesome. Okay, now once we get to the end of this ramp, we want to get out of the Jeep, because where the third spiky ball came down from, there is a ladder. I said there is a ladder. And basically, we want to climb a bit, like around here-ish, and do a backflip so we can get into the next secret, which is the third secret of the level. Which has a new type of grenade, because yeah, the super ammo had a yellow circle. However, this one is an orange, and yeah, basically the orange circle is grenade gun normal ammo. And also, if it wasn't obvious, you could tell that yeah, the item, you can actually now see the items on the bottom screen, which is awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna save my game right here, because now we're gonna get into the hard part of the level. Because now we're gonna have these holes that if you drop into them, yeah, you're basically dead. So yeah, make sure that you do not rush in this area. So yeah, basically for this part, unless it's a straight path, do not hold the action button. And then what we're gonna do is, we're gonna get off the Jeep one last time so we can go down here to claim the last secret of the level. And oh, oops. I forgot to press crouch. And in the secret, we have some white shot shotgun shells. And we also have yet another new type of ammunition. But this one is new type of ammunition. We have some arrows. And that is because this is crossbow, normal ammo. So yeah, we can actually get a crossbow, which is pretty awesome. And it's without question the best weapon in the game. And yes, even though there's a revolver type gun in this game, you get it way too late, you don't get a lot of ammo, and yeah. Nothing beats an explosive. Nothing beats explosives, so there you go. And you'll see what I mean when we get to when we eventually get the crossbow. And some more ammunition, you know. Alright, so now let's go into the Jeep one last time. And yeah, with that said, let's finish this level. So yeah, now we have to do the final chase sequence with Benny. And yeah, that's actually another thing you gotta be careful because yeah, you drop too far, you're gonna take damage. And oh my god, there he is. Alright. Come on, Benny. Oh, I'm gonna win. I wanna win. Oh no, he's too fast. He's too fast for me. Alright. Now in these, oh god, yeah, in these sand dunes, you wanna be careful because we are gonna have some surprise holes to deal with. But if you're careful, you're not gonna be in that much trouble. I mean, if you just stay over here, you can actually see where the pits are. Now, before we finish, we're gonna kill this guy, and this one is much easier than the other two. Just go around in circles and just run him over. And right here we got the final sand dune. And right here we got the final sand dune. And as soon as we go through here, we finish the level.
Fools! The Croft woman has outsmarted you, yeah? And now she escapes. The amulet, Herr von Croy. It talks of the priest, Semerket.
Semerket.
Mon Dieu, Lara?
Jean-Yves, my faithful friend.
I fear this is not a social visit.
Only if you want Von Croy gate-crashing the party.
Von Croy?
I think he was looking for this.
The Amulet of Horus. An almost legendary artifact. So, you have found and opened the tomb of Set. This doesn't bode well. Translating from the Hebrew, he who removes the amulet shall once more release the dark power of Set. And Set saith, I am the shadow across the sun. I am the bringer of plagues. My wrath will consume all lands and shall be ceaseless.
The power to summon the sun god Horus to rebind the evil Set shall only be revealed to the bearer of the amulet within the Temple of Karnak at Karnak.
The ceremony is complete as the armor of Horus summons the sun god. The armor of Horus. At the dig site in Alexandria, my men talk fearfully of this.
The armor must also be Von Croy's goal.
Only one so ignorant of the prophecies would dabble with such a prehistoric evil. Ah, yes. Releasing Set. But how could you have known, my dear?
Time to put things right and remove a thorn in my side in the process.
All right, so there you guys have it. And yeah, apparently, yeah, we raided a tomb and we fucked up. So good job, Laura. And yeah, I'm actually going to let this cutscene play just because. Also, my controller is disconnected. Oh no! Everyone panic! Wait. Oh, here we go. Bonk. Such typical woman driving, my god. I'm sorry. Oh man, that's definitely gonna not get me canceled, I swear to god. Okay. So, Jean-Yves was... Yeah, it's a very... he actually has a very interesting development in Tomb Raider 5, which we're gonna get into later, but... Yeah, with that said, let's check our statistics to see the stats. And yeah, we should have 25 secrets by the end of KV5. And yeah, as you can see, our current location is the Temple of Karnak, which is the next location that we need, that we have to go. So yeah, with that said, we're going to save our game. And yeah, next time we meet, we're going to be tackling the Temple of Karnak, as well as the other two levels, which are the Great Hypostyle Hall and the Sacred Lake. And you're going to see how we do that in the next video. But until then, this is Jonathan Wolf, and I will see you all in the next video. Take it easy, everyone.